Welcome to Purr Wag Adopt, Berkshire Humane Society's award-winning cable TV show. My name is John Perrault. I am the executive director, and I'm also the host of today's show. Before we get talking about our subject today, I just want to say a few special thanks out there. One is to Vox Communications, and on March 27th, we had our 7th annual radio, I think it's our 8th annual radiothon, and it's held at Live 95.9, WUPE and WSM Great Barrington, and we want to thank everybody associated with that for such a great event. We also want to thank our friends at Barrington Brewery in Great Barrington for our 7th annual lasagna dinner, which took place on March 29th. And we also want a special thanks to Sienna Trask and everybody at Arizona Pizza in Lee, who did a 15% off night on April 5th. So thanks to all of them for supporting the Berkshire Humane Society and the thousands of animals that we help every year. And that leads me to today's show. Today we're going to talk about the annual Humane Race, and I believe it's our 10th annual Humane Race. And here to talk to me, I have two special guests, Alex Cabral, who has, Alex has chaired this event for 10 years, and she was the person that started the first annual. And also you have a special friend with you today, Alex. Who do we have?
Hi, John. We have Bonnie. Bonnie, come say hi. Hi, good girl. There's Bon Bon.
Now, Bonnie's joining us today because I believe Bonnie has participated in a few of these events.
Bonnie Bell has been in probably most of the humane races, and she loves it. It's so much fun, right, Bon Bon? You love it. And she's done the 5K run. There's a 5K and a 1 mile walk. She's mostly done the 5K. She probably will do the 1 mile walk this year because she's starting to get a little older and have a little arthritis, and so we'll probably not have her do the run. But that leads me into asking people to make sure that their dogs are fit and ready to go when they want to do the 5K. Otherwise, just choose to do the walk.
So the dogs should be training with them in advance as well. And if not, there's a great walk. It's a 1 mile walk. It's
a 1 mile walk. And yes, this is the 10th annual Humane Race, okay?
What made you start? Where'd the idea come from?
Oh, I guess I just, like to run. And I thought that there weren't a lot of races where you could run with dogs. And I guess I read an article in a magazine about a woman who did a similar dog race down in New Jersey. The difference was that you could only run with a dog. And for the Humane Race, you can run with the dog or without a dog. You don't need to participate with a dog. And that goes for the walk as well. So it was just something fun to do to get the word out about the Humane Society and the Berkshire Humane Society, of course, and try to connect Williamstown, which is where I live, to have the people in Williamstown kind of feel a connection to the Berkshire Humane Society, since it's in Pittsfield and the whole county of Berkshire is kind of spread out. So you want to make them feel a sense of ownership towards the Berkshire Humane Society.
Where did it first start out?
Well, we did it at the Mount Greylock Regional High School for, I don't know, I guess 6 years.
6 years.
And that was a lot of fun, but we weren't getting a lot of visibility there. So we decided to move it to downtown Williamstown, to be right in the center of town and to cause traffic jams and to get in everybody's way. And that way we figured everybody would know about us.
So, this year's race is held when and where and when?
May 5th. Okay, so that's coming up. May 5th, and it will be in downtown Williamstown again, starting on Water Street in front of the Browns. It's a beautiful women's clothing shop, and Mickey Brown is a big supporter of ours. And registration is kind of in front of the Cottage of Williamstown and Water Street Books, so in that area. And then it takes a little tour of the town of Williamstown and Williams College, and then we end up down at the bottom of Spring Street and do our celebrations
next to the
there,
coffee shop, right?
near Tunnel City. We've already lost Bonnie. She's already tired.
Has the attendance has grown, obviously.
Yeah, we've grown from, we probably had, I don't know, 75 people the first year, if that, 75. And probably 40 dogs. And last year, I think we had about 260 people and about 150 dogs. Wow. So it was wild.
And I remember 2 years ago, you ran the race during a monsoon. that it was slightly raining,
Yeah.
and when the race kicked off, the rains came down very hard until I think the last person crossed the finish line. And I know we were picking up, everybody was soaking wet. We were picking up in the sunshine. The race just happened to go off in the rain. And that was very impressive to see the amount of people that came out in
Yes.
that rainstorm.
We had our best year ever in that rainstorm. That was pretty impressive. But it wasn't only slightly raining in the morning when we were setting up. It was torrential at that point, too.
I remember just taking all the water off all the canopies.
It was lovely, but it's not going to happen this year, John. Okay.
Right.
Let's just not go there. It's going to be beautiful.
Another great day.
It's going to be beautiful. And it's going to be, we don't want it too hot, though, because the dogs, if it's too hot, it won't be good for the dogs to run. We want a nice 65 to 70 degrees, a few fluffy clouds in the sky. So everybody listening, please just kind of set that, message to the universe for us, please.
Now, we have two different types. You can run the 5K, obviously,
right.
And it's a fun run.
Yep.
So, and then there's a way you can actually do the walk where you say the Bonnie's going to be participating in this year, where you actually go out and get pledges.
Yes, as a matter of fact, pledges are a great way to raise extra money because it only costs $15 to be in the race if you pre-register, and if you're 12 or under, it's $10. And that's we make some money by the entry fees that we get, but we make more money. We raise more money for the shelter by pledge raising and also by sponsorships. And we have a lot of really wonderful people in our neck of the woods in North Adams and Williamstown and Northern Berkshire County who support the race and do sponsorships. And then, we try to promote them on our website. Right. And all of this information, by the way, I'm going to say that, plug the website right now. Okay, humanerace.org. And that's real easy, humanerace.org. Our sponsors are listed there. And also you can print out registration forms, you can register online from the website, and you can find the pledge forms on the website. And the pledge, again, raising pledges, brings the amount of money that we raise for the Berkshire Humane Society up. It brings our total up, and we really appreciate it. And most people really don't have a problem giving $5 or $10 or $15 or $20, to somebody who's going to be participating in the race. They're used to it because they get asked by some of these big organizations also, and so they kind of realize that it's just a fundraising method.
Now, you're wearing that nice, lovely yellow T-shirt.
Yes, I'm bright.
And absolutely. And does everybody get a T-shirt? How do you get a T-shirt? I know they change every year, right?
Yes, we have a new T-shirt design, of course, and it is on the website, so you can get a sneak peek because we're going to be on Cinco de Mayo. It is a little bit of a, kind of Mexican theme.
Oh, right.
And if you want a T-shirt, if you want to guarantee yourself a T-shirt, you need to be one of the first 150 people to register. All dogs will get the little doggy bandana, of course. Yep. But to receive a T-shirt, first 150 people to register, or we will have a few, not a whole lot, because we don't want to order a lot of extra ones. We will have a few for sale at the finish line as well.
Okay. Prizes?
Lots of fun prizes. The Williamstown Theater Festival has given us 2 tickets. We have something from Jiminy Peak. This wonderful gal, Dawn Catalati from Bark and Cat in North Adams. Yep. She's on the committee who's helping organize the event, and she's in charge of goodie bags and prizes. And I know there will be lots of fun things in the goodie bags for your friends.
Yep.
And so, yeah, she's pulling together a lot of great prizes. Going back to the pledges, of course, we did want to talk about the fact that we're going to be giving away an iPad, right? You probably wanted me to mention that.
Last year, I know, was the first year.
So we're going to be giving away an iPad to anybody. Okay, so the way to qualify is to raise $500 or more, and then your name will go in the hat. and we will pull out a name from the hat of all those who've raised $500 or more in pledges in order to win an iPad.
All right. Now,
Yes.
a good friend of yours won that iPad last year,
Yes,
right?
Vivian.
And hopefully she's using that and...
Yes, every email I get from her says at the bottom, sent from my iPad, so I think she's making good use of it.
So what a great way not only to go out to raise money for the shelter, but also to get you a chance to win an iPad as well.
Right.
I know in years past, every now and then there'll be some specials or things going on in the town of Williamstown during the race. Do we have anything special this year?
Well, Water Street Books is wonderful. They always do a children's book reading and during registration. So registration is from 8:30 to just before the race. The race starts at 10.
Yep.
And so what they'll have a special guest who I don't know who that is yet will do the children's book reading, and they'll have little crafts and they'll have little snacks for the kids because a lot of families come with little kids to do the race. Either mom pushes them in the stroller or they all walk together.
Gives them something to do prior to the race.
And the dogs, of course, are welcome in the store, and so they have a little, during registration, they have a little book reading at 9 o'clock. It's a lot of fun.
Very, very nice.
Yeah.
Any special, 10 years now, you've got a couple special stories that something must jog your memory about,
Well,
something you
you already
remember.
told one about the rain.
Yeah, the rain. That's true. That was a memorable one, wasn't
I don't
it?
know why I think of that. Maybe not the most positive story that I can tell.
But you know what? We've had dogs that have run in wheels.
We've had dogs that run in wheels, and because they came to the Humane Race, it spurred a whole nother event last year when the D. Nicolas did the Strong in Spirit ride, when David Nicola rode his motorcycle across the country to benefit the Berkshire Humane Society, and that was all spurred on by his participation in the Humane Race. And last year we had, Simon Snorkel, that's the dog's name.
Simon Snorkel, all right.
Snorkel was a really cool dog. He ran it, he was three-legged, and he ran the 5K. And he was one of the top finishers. I mean, it was unbelievable.
What type of dog, do you remember?
He was not a wire-haired. He was a German short-haired pointer. Yeah, really cool. And we also have photographs from all the years that we've done this on our website. We just have so many great photographs.
And the website again is?
HumaneRace.org.
All right. And you could also get through the Berkshire Humane Society website as well, right?
Yes.
BerkshireHumane.org, and you go up in the corner and click on
is.
Humane Race.
And also the Berkshire Humane Society website is linked through us, so you can find that through our.
Okay. So if anybody needs more information, they can just go to HumaneRace.org.
That's right.
And again, first 150 get T-shirts. After that, no guarantee.
No, we only if you buy them. And I do have people who, kind of insist at the end they want a T-shirt, and they weren't the first 150 people.
Yeah.
But I run out.
Yep. You can only order so many. Can you hint as to the color we're going with this year, Alex?
I'm trying to think. I think it's red.
Red?
Red. Yeah, it's very snazzy. Very festive for the Cinco de Mayo theme.
All right.
So.
And for anybody that shows up, they'll be able to meet Bonnie, of course, because Bonnie will be there.
Yes, but Bonnie is funny. She's a little bit older, and she is a little nervous around a lot of big dogs. She likes little dogs. She gets a little nervous around the big dogs. So my friend who's going to walk her will have to be cognizant of that. So everybody who comes, please have your dog on a leash that is not retractable.
Yeah, no retractable leashes.
Because they can get tangled up as people run. And we do have a list of dog jog rules on the website also, if you could review them, so that we want to make sure we do this as safely as possible for everybody. And know your dog, know what they're like in a crowd. We start in a kind of a narrow area.
You're pretty jammed in together.
And you want to make sure your dog gets along with other dogs.
That's right. That's right.
And I'm sorry we can't do cats. People are upset sometimes when we can't have cats, but
there's very good reason for that. Very good reason for that.
They don't like it.
That would the town of Williamstown. I'm not sure if they would allow that.
Come here, Bonnie. Come up. Come up.
So there's Bonnie. Bonnie wants to say her goodbyes, and hopefully she'll meet everybody this year.
Say your goodbyes or get the treats.
Yep. May 5th. So the Humane Race is coming up May 5th, and registration begins at 8:30?
8:30.
And the race begins at 10.
All the information is on the website, and how to contact me is on the website. And you Anybody who has any questions can contact me. And
HumaneRace.org, I think that says it all. Thank you, Alex. And special thanks for Bonnie for making it in today and telling us about her experience as well. We're going to take a break, and you're going to be able to visit many animals available at the Berkshire Humane Society. And we'll be right back with our next guest. Welcome back. And with me right now we have Erin Starsia from the feline department holding a canine, and also my assistant Diane Briggs, who works in the office, also holding a canine. Two people that come on every month and bring us some extra special guests. And we have a special situation here today. At the moment, who do we have with us, Di?
I have Seamus, and Erin has Kathy.
Seamus and Kathy. And these two dogs are just a few of the many Cairn Terriers we have. We actually have 8 at the shelter at the moment. And we got a call last week to go and assist on a removal of some dogs. And we took 8 Cairn Terriers out of a home. And they were in pretty rough shape. They needed to be groomed. Hadn't been groomed in a long time. Appeared that most of their time was spent living in crates. And it took, I know when we took them to the groomers, it took 3 baths after being clipped to get them somewhat clean. And I know we're still working on that now. But these are 2 great dogs. And again, they're available for adoption, but we also have many more that look very similar.
That's right.
And how old are these guys?
They are both 6. The other dogs at the shelter are 2. They just seem so sweet.
Yeah. And we have to pay a special thanks to Holly Ketchum.
Right.
Also Kathy Gazura Pretty Paws and Carol Terry from Hair of the Dog. When we got these 8 dogs, and there was nothing that the staff was going to be able to groom. They needed professional grooming, and they needed it right away. And one phone call to these 3 groomers, and they jumped on it and took care of all these dogs, and they feel so much better. But I know, Di, you went over, one of the trips, you went over to see Kathy Gazura over at Pretty Paws.
Right.
And I think Seamus was one of them that you watched, right?
Yes,
and
actually.
he was pretty matted.
You're right. They were so matted that Kathy did Seamus first, the one I'm holding. And he was so badly matted, she had to do the whole face, and she did that first so he could see. And you could see, I was like so touched watching her with her patience, and actually Seamus just seemed to melt. And the transformation I saw watching this dog be groomed was just so touching. He was just relieved.
Yep. And I noticed when another staff member and myself got back to the shelter, we removed the dogs. And I don't think they had much access to grass because they were very, very timid. We had a hard time getting them out of their crates.
Right.
But once they got out and they got on the lawn and they could move around a little bit, and most of them have never been on a leash.
No.
And you know, originally we have to say at the moment they're not housebroken.
Right.
Even though they do go out to the bathroom and they're doing very well at that. And they are used to their crates. They just don't want to live in them for 23 hours a day.
You're right.
So they've done very, very well. And we're going to put up a few pictures, if we can, of some of the dogs. This is what they looked like prior to being groomed. And I'm not sure which ones we're going to show, but you'll see on the camera momentarily some of the dogs, the condition they came in when they first got to us. So you could tell that both Holly, Kathy, and Carol did a tremendous job grooming these dogs. And they're just really, really nice dogs. And what I've noticed when they got back to the shelter afterwards, that their legs were moving freely and they were happy.
Yeah.
And from being very scared, not making any sounds, to what they are now, it's just truly amazing.
Yeah.
So if anybody is interested, all they can do is call the shelter at 447-7878. Stop by and visit us at 214 Barker Road. And again, we're filming today on the 9th, April 9th. So if you're watching the show, you might want to call right away, because my feeling are these guys and girls are going to go very, very quickly.
I think so, definitely.
And the ranges and age, you said from
2 to 6.
2 to 6. And you have, who do you have with you, Erin?
This is Kathy.
This is Kathy. I noticed that
Hi,
she
Kathy.
still has, she looks in the face a little bit more like the Cairn Terrier is going to look at.
Right.
But they are a breed, as you see, that, and you saw in the pictures prior, that require a bit of grooming. And if you don't groom, you'll see what they end up looking like by some of those photos that we showed you on the air.
Right.
Wow, we've got these dogs. It reminds me of our annual dog walk, Di.
That's right.
When's it coming up this year?
The annual dog walk will be coming up Sunday, September 16th, Burbank Park. Pancake breakfast to start. And then we'll have our dog walk after. So what we're asking people is start thinking now about ways to collect pledges to, you know, raise as much money as they can, and there will be special prizes.
All right. All right. Well, what we're going to do now is we're going to try and not take a break, and we're going to ask Karen to bring over the kitty and take away our 2 canines, and we'll give Erin a chance to, I'm not sure how the kitty will be up. All right. We think
you want to
that,
try it?
well, we can,
Okay,
yeah,
go.
we're going to try with 1 dog and 1 cat. Never been performed on the stage before, so.
Well, she's lived with
lived with
doggies, and she was doing real well with them
doggies
in the
and
break room.
kitties.
So.
All right. And she's from our feature room, isn't she?
She is. This is Princess. She's 8 years old, and she is a wonderful lap cat. So if you're looking for somebody that just wants to sit on your lap and purr and be loved just like this all day, she's definitely your girl.
Now, I know Princess came in with a couple other kitties, correct, Erin?
She did. She came in with her 2 housemates who are sisters. They're Kathy Kay and Fluffy. They're both 4 years old. And those are the 3 girls that actually reside in our feature room, our big round playroom right now.
Right. And I noticed that when I came into work this morning, I went through and there was a bed with a blanket on top, and she had her head sticking out. So I know that she was hard to find yesterday in
Well,
that
she was
room.
partying all night. That's what they do in there, don't you know? Every morning we go in, there's toys scattered and beds moved around, and so they party all night long in there.
And the reason again why the 3 girls came in?
Unfortunately, sometimes you just see bad things happening to good people. These people loved their cats very, very dearly. Their apartment building got foreclosed on. A new landlord bought it out and forced everybody to get rid of their animals. So they have also lived with little kids. This particular girl was very bonded to the little girl of the owners. So she's good with kids.
You could tell very well
dogs.
cared for.
Yes, they're in great shape. They are perfect, healthy weights. You know, they're not, overweight. They're not underweight. Their coats are beautiful.
And they came into us already spayed or neutered.
Yep, they were already fixed. So.
Right. What
Definitely
else do we have? What else do we have at the shelter?
Well, we've got quite a few right now, so we're definitely getting an upswing going, which is nice. We have, well, our poor Sunny is still there. So I have to plug her. I'm sorry, that poor
No,
girl's
that's
still
okay.
sitting there.
Poor Sunny.
Our 8-year-old, Declaw, vocal, wants your attention, wants your love, wants to be the only love of your life, wants to be the only animal in the house, no little kids either.
No little kids.
So
Yeah.
she wants, kind of an older person maybe who's just going to sit on the couch and pet her all day long. We also have a wonderful, wonderful boy named TC, who is, I think, 6 years old. He is definitely overweight, so he needs a diet. He's kind of at high risk for diabetes right now. We're trying to get his weight down. But he is such a love. He is just a big, squishy boy who does well with almost everything we've thrown at him. He does not have a lot of exposure in his history, but he seems to be okay knowing the other cats are around him and hasn't really had too many issues with things going on. So.
That cat is enjoying herself.
She is. This is what she does.
Very
She
nice cat.
wraps her paws right around your knee and she squeezes. She actually hugs your leg. It's so sweet.
And we want to remind everybody, too, that we do have another site for feline adoptions, Paradise, which is down in Great Barrington. And I know over the last weekend, I know they did a special placement of Miss Johnson.
Yes.
And Miss Johnson was with us for almost a year.
Yes.
The year birthday was coming up. Miss Johnson was able to find her forever home down in Paradise. And we want to remind people that they're located at 301 Stockbridge Road in Great Barrington. And we're going to talk about some small mammals too, Erin.
All right.
I know you have a couple rabbits, a few less rabbits than normally.
We do. I actually sent 2 home about a week ago to wonderful, wonderful homes, so that's fantastic. Right now I have Joshua, who's still there. He's just kind of a mixed breed little mutt. He's a beautiful boy. He is do well without kids in experienced homes only. He's got a little bit of a mild cage assertiveness. He likes his territory, but he's a wonderful boy who's very active, very interested, so somebody who can spend a lot of time with him. We also have a 2-year-old Marshall Ferret. His name is Strider, and he's just such a love. He loves to play. He loves attention. He gives kisses. He's a very, very sweet boy.
Now, what's his story? Why did he end up at the shelter, Erin?
He came to us because there was kind of a domestic issue. One of the partners left. The other was left to take care of a rabbit, a ferret, and 16 birds. And it got too much for her, and her health was failing. So we went in and we helped, and we have the rabbit and the ferret right now, and the birds are finding homes as we speak as well.
Oh, great, great. Well, I think that wraps it up for this week. But I want to thank both Diane and Erin for coming in along with Alex Cabral and Bonnie, a special guest talking about the Humane Race. And again, if anybody's interested in any of the animals you've seen on today's show or during our break, please give us a call at 447-7878. And our adoption hours are Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 4, Thursday evenings from 5 to 8, and Sundays from 1 to 4 p.m. Or you could always visit us at the web at berkshirehumane.org. And again, any more information you want to know about the Humane Race, humanerace.org. And sign up early to make sure you get one of those special T-shirts. So from the crew, I want to say thank you. Hopefully you'll tune in next time for Berkshire Humane Society's Purr Wag Adopt. Thanks for watching.